In a small village, a good-hearted landowner named Haji Bashir owned his lands. He was known for his honesty, nobility, and fairness, but some of his relatives were plotting to seize his wealth. For many years, a poor but honest servant named Rehmat had been working for Haji Bashir. He worked tirelessly, obeyed every order, and was never greedy. Because of his honesty, Haji Bashir trusted him completely. Rehmat lived a simple life. He had a small hut where he lived with his wife and 2 children. Although his salary was low, he always worked with patience and contentment. The most valuable thing for him was his faith and honesty. One day, Haji Bashir suddenly fell ill.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
The doctor said that the disease could be serious and he needed complete rest. Hearing this, a dangerous plan was born in the hearts of his greedy relatives. If Haji Bashir had passed away, they would have had their money, but before that they needed to get the property papers. They cleverly approached Haji Bashir's servants and lured them with a huge sum of money so that they would steal important papers from the house and hand them over to them. Some of the servants were impressed by this offer and decided to join the conspiracy, but when they tried to bribe Rehmat, he sternly refused. "My loyalty is to my master. I cannot betray him," Rehmat said sternly. Hearing this, the people were shocked, but they were not going to give up so easily. A few days later, when the villagers were fast asleep, Haji Bashir's relatives made a dangerous plan. In the darkness of the night, 4 people silently walked towards Haji Bashir's room. They had bags in their hands, in which they wanted to put papers and some valuables. As soon as they opened the door, their steps froze there. In front of him stood Rehmat with a stick in his hand. "I knew you guys would do something. That's why I was here to guard you," Rehmat said sternly. The people panicked, but they made one last effort. "Look, take these 10,000 rupees and quietly get out of the way," one of the people whispered. Rehmat smiled and said, "My honesty is not worth 10,000. Saying this, he shouted loudly, "Thief! Thief!" The whole house woke up as soon as he heard his voice. Other servants and some villagers reached there with sticks and torches. The 4 men tried to escape, but the people surrounded them. When the lamps were lit, everyone saw that they were close relatives of Haji Bashir. The villagers were amazed at how fallen they were, who wanted to betray their own brother. After a few days, Haji Bashir's condition improved. When he heard about Rehmat's bravery and honesty, his eyes welled up. "Rehmat, you have not only saved the honor of my house, but also my life." He announced to everyone that he was giving a piece of his land to Rehmat so that he could always live in peace. Hearing this, a wave of joy spread throughout the village. The elders of the village said, "This is a reward for truth and honesty." When Haji Bashir gave the piece of land to Rehmat, a new debate broke out in the village. Some people were happy that honesty was rewarded, but some began to burn with jealousy. Especially the servants who were ready to take bribes, they now started making up stories against Rehmat. After all, what was the need to give land to a servant? Haji Sahib is old. Maybe he didn't understand properly. How did Rehmat's fate suddenly change? Did he do anything clever? Rehmat was indifferent to these things. He moved from his hut to the land given by Haji Bashir and started a new life with his wife and children. But fate put him to another test. A few weeks later, Haji Bashir's health deteriorated again, and this time he became even weaker. There were rumors in the village that he might not live much longer. Hearing this, his same relatives got into action again. But this time they did not choose the path of theft or force. They made another clever plan, false accusation against Rehmat. One morning, when Haji Bashir was quite unwell, there was a sudden uproar. Some people came running to Haji Bashir's room and started shouting, "Haji Sahib, we don't believe it, but we have to tell you the truth." "What happened?" Haji Bashir asked weakly. "Rehmat was cheating on you. We saw him trying to sell the land papers to someone else." Haji Bashir was shocked to hear this. He trusted Rahmat a lot, but seeing so many people talking about the same thing together, his heart was shaken. "Rahmat, is this true?" Haji Bashir asked in a weak voice. Rahmat looked at him in surprise. "Haji Sahib, I could never cheat on you. This is all a lie." After Rahmat was accused, the villagers were also confused. Some thought that Rahmat might really be cheating, but most people knew that Rahmat could not do such a thing. But fate had something else in mind. A few days later, the same people who were accusing Rahmat started arguing among themselves. One person who was involved in the conspiracy woke up. "I can't lie anymore." He confessed to everyone in the village that Rahmat was innocent and that all this was a conspiracy to grab Haji Bashir's property. When Haji Bashir came to know the truth, tears came to his eyes. "Rahmat, I am sorry that I doubted you for a moment. Your loyalty has no price." He made another surprising announcement. "From today onwards, Rahmat is not just my servant, but part of my family. If anything happens to me, my son will consider Rahmat as his brother." Hearing this, the same people who were against Rahmat bowed their heads in shame. Allah had not only given Rahmat land, but also honor and position. The reward for Rahmat's loyalty was not limited to the land, but he set a new example in the entire village through his truth and honesty. When Haji Bashir gave a piece of his land to Rahmat, a new hope woke up in the eyes of the villagers. They knew that there was no alternative to honesty and loyalty. After this reward, Rahmat spent the rest of his life with great honor and satisfaction. Truth and loyalty never go in vain, and Allah always has some reward for the person who remains honest. Tell us in the comment box how you liked this story.